2 last-minute green room invites are shaking up the NFL draft buzz, and the Steelers are right at the center of the storm. Quarterback Jalen Milroe and wide receiver Matthew Golden, 2 prospects who weren't considered locks for the first round, are now gaining serious momentum as potential picks for Pittsburgh. That alone is enough to keep any fan on high alert. But brace yourself, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The surprising decision not to pick up Najee Harris's 5th-year option is also making waves, leaving a major void in the backfield that could completely shift the team's draft focus. It's hard to predict what the Steelers will do with the 21st pick, so hold that anticipation, because today's news could shape the future of the franchise. Don't miss a thing and drop a like if you're a true Steelers fan. Alright, so the NFL just stirred the pot a bit heading into the 2025 draft, and Steelers fans, you might want to pay attention to this one. The league sent out green room invites to a couple of prospects who aren't exactly locks for round 1 yet. That move alone has people raising eyebrows, and some are wondering if Pittsburgh's got its eye on one of these guys. Now, we know the Steelers are doing their homework across a few key positions with that 21st pick, mainly quarterback and wide receiver. Neither seems to be their top target, but neither's totally off the table either. And let's be real, once the board starts shaking out on draft night, all bets are off. At quarterback, Alabama's Jalen Milroe has been catching plenty of attention, not just because of his arm or athleticism, but because he checked every box when it comes to Pittsburgh's pre-draft process. Senior Bowl? Check. Combine? Check. Pro Day visit and a dinner with Mike Tomlin and GM Omar Khan? Triple check. That's the full court press right there. Over at wide receiver, keep an eye on Texas speedster Matthew Golden. Alongside Ohio State's Emeka Egbuka, Golden is one of the few wideouts Pittsburgh reportedly has its sights on for a potential first-round move. Egbuka might be long gone before 21, but Golden? He could be right in that sweet spot. So why the buzz? According to Dane Brugler from The Athletic, both Milroe and Golden got invites to sit in the green room on draft night, meaning the NFL either thinks these guys are about to sneak into the first round, or they've got a hunch a team like the Steelers is ready to take a swing. Sure, Pittsburgh's still heavily linked to going defense early, but if Milroe or Golden are sitting there when the clock starts ticking at 21, don't rule out a surprise move, especially if the Steelers think one of them could be their guy for the future. Bottom line? The NFL seems to believe Milroe and Golden are legit round 1 talents, and that means someone maybe even Pittsburgh might be ready to prove it. So, Steelers Nation, do you think Milroe or Golden are worth the 21st pick? Drop your thoughts below. What would you do if you were in Tomlin's shoes? But hold on, there's more. The next update is even more urgent and goes straight to the heart of the Steelers' offense. While everyone keeps an eye on the drama surrounding the Steelers and a potential move for Aaron Rodgers, there's another storyline developing behind the scenes that could impact the franchise's immediate future even more: the backfield situation. And yeah, it's not pretty. With the 2025 draft right around the corner, analyst Chris Sims from Pro Football Talk laid it out bluntly. Pittsburgh needs a running back, and they need one yesterday. And he's not wrong. After years of relying on Najee Harris, the team chose not to pick up the 5th-year option on the RB's contract and watched him head to the Los Angeles Chargers. And despite 4 straight seasons with at least 1,000 rushing yards, the front office decided to turn the page. Now, with Najee out of the picture, the Steelers have reshuffled the room. They brought in Kenneth Gainwell from the Eagles, kept Jaylen Warren, and added Cordarrelle Patterson. But let's be honest. That trio doesn't exactly scream RB1 for a team trying to seriously contend. And here's the draft problem. Pittsburgh owns the 21st overall pick solid spot to grab elite talent. But after that, they don't pick again until late in the 3rd round at number 83. Why? That bold trade for DK Metcalf from Seattle, which cost them their 2nd rounder. In other words, if the Steelers want to walk away from night 1 with a cornerstone player, they can't afford to miss. And with so many roster needs, QB, OL, DL, and now RB, the margin for error is razor thin. Finding a quarterback of the future remains a top priority, but the lack of depth in the backfield can't be ignored, especially if Rodgers backs out or was just a short-lived off-season flirtation. The reality is Pittsburgh's playing a complicated game of chess with limited pieces and a long road ahead. It'll be fascinating to see what they do with that first pick. If it's a QB, an OL, or even an explosive RB like Tre'Veyon Henderson or Jonathan Brooks, it'll speak volumes about the team's vision for 2025 and beyond. One thing's for sure, whoever they pick needs to be ready to contribute immediately. The truth is, the Steelers are at a crossroads. Betting on a QB or WR in the first round could be exciting, but ignoring the gaping hole in the backfield would be a brutal mistake. Najee Harris's departure, combined with the lack of depth at the position, demands immediate attention. If the front office really wants to compete in 2025, they need to hit a home run with that pick, whether it's someone ready to make an impact from day one or a high-upside prospect who can develop quickly. And if they go RB at the top, don't come complaining later. Now's the time to think big picture. If you want to keep up with every step of this rebuild, make sure you're subscribed and like the video.